talk about that as well. Okay, guys, then let's jump into this game. It's the first game of a best of 5. The first game will be random civilizations. Or did it change to the semifinals? Then I have no idea. And yeah, we will talk about that later, because it seems like the players picked Mayans and Celts here. And I believe it was set civilizations, so I will look that up a bit later. We're starting in the green trunks in the north here with Miguel as the Celts. And I think if we want to do it more often, MajorQueros, let's just switch it around. I introduce the player, then you do the other one, and then we go further.
It's good. Good. So let's go to the left then. Mains for Eddie. Really nice choice on Arena, of course. I like it.
And directly his opponent in the orange trunks here, playing from Vietnam, it's Tyrant Zone BacT.
Right, playing with the Celts. Also a good choice. Nice late game Civ. Then we have Slam also playing as the Mayans in the blue.
Yeah, indeed, and nice. It is sad civilization, so I will look it up after the game and see the other settings coming up. So we have interesting settings. I have them all prepared now, but yeah, we can talk about those a bit later. So Mayans against Celts. Interesting setup here. You have to feel like Mayans are super strong, late Castle Age, plumed archers, early Imperial Age, but when we go to the very post-Imperial Age here, Celts are just so superior.
Definitely, yeah. So that's why it's quite a fun matchup, because of course they are mirror matched. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna play it out. Mains in the early game though, or early castle, are really nice with if you do a castle drop, just get some petards and plumes.
Yeah, obviously the Mangler defense could be an option, but we have it crossed here. So we have Mayans against Celts and Celts against Mayans. So that spells a bit more aggression than if it would have been a mirror match. BacT going for the board denial here. What is going on? Eddie? Oh no, it was Eddie's Eagle trying to steal BacT from the HP here and try to open the vault here, but yeah, not successful as it seems.
Nice early aggression. Good.
Indeed, and BacT has a pretty bad map, I would say. The deer outside and a lot of open area, but yeah, defensive stone, defensive gold, and even defensive main gold spots. So I would say that, yeah, considering that, a very good map though when it comes to wood and stone.
You mean Eddie?
I was talking about BacT. Eddie, on the other side, has probably the worst map. Yeah, he has defensive stone, but the gold positioning is super open for him.
Yeah, and it's quite a small base. His stone is in the back though, so that's quite good with the Mayans. So you can easily get the stone and get a castle up.
Okay, I have 2 questions in my chat. One is asking, are Celts monks any good? No, they are not. And the other question is for you, MajorQueros. What's the meaning of life?
Oh, that's a really good question. It's I wouldn't have all the time in the during this game to explain what the meaning really is of life. But let's say for now that we're enjoying the game. So for now, life is this game, right?
Okay, yeah.
Off the game. Whoa. That's a tough question.
Yeah, the main question is there any off the game life? Is there any meaning?
Well, in my opinion, yeah.
Okay. So something we can disagree on.
Okay.
Is there real life without Age of Empires? Can you seriously live happy without this game?
Well, I mean, if you want to turn this into a nice discussion, now you gotta wonder. You play poker, right? So what is that then? Is that life or not?
No, it's only financing my AOC addiction.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can see, right? Okay, so all the 4 players on the way to Feudal Age here. Miguel, the latest, he played it with Pop 26. We have BacT going for a strong Pop 24 or Pop 25 with 24 villagers. Here with Celts, that's quite an early timing, and he's going for a lot of farms, but only 1 lumber camp.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. I'm wondering how he's gonna, what he's gonna do in Castle Age, because if you want to boom, then you'll need quite a decent eco, and he could maybe sell his stone to get up to Castle, but then you can't really get any town center, so I'm curious to see what he's gonna do.
Well, he has 2 villagers on gold, and he didn't do loom, so that won't be the biggest problem. He actually forgot to build a house, so now he's speed building it with 3 villagers. And yeah, Miguel will lose a lot of HP on his scout here in the middle. Look at that.
Yeah, that's you better keep your scout alive for early castle, so you can keep an eye out on relics. But for now, it's not really gonna happen. Although I do wonder, do Celts usually pick up relics?
It depends. Obviously, we don't see a lot of arena team games, and 1v1s, a lot of games develop around picking up relics. So even in the 1v1s, yeah, you like to pick up those relics, maybe mangonel aggression, maybe 1 or 2 monks there, but in general, Celts don't rely on it too much. And I believe especially in this war, where you had tried to build like 1 very strong army and try to go forward, not like you spam paladins and need a lot of gold. I think picking up relics isn't too important here.
So BacT actually up to Castle Age, and I was thinking, of course, that the Celts do get the wood cutting bonus, so that might be why he has less fills on wood and still is being able to get the nice uptime. Thanks, by the way, the Map Mafia, for the follow. I'm doing great, casting some games here with Nilly, Gladiators of the Arena, and I'm really interested to see how this is gonna go, because aren't like Eddie and Miguel's really strong on Arena compared to BacT and Slam?
Well, obviously Eddie is probably the most experienced guy in the world at the moment, like at least on the top level. He is. I called him top 3 last time, and when he was co-casting with me, and he got really shy and didn't really want to accept it. But I feel like who is like really better? Probably the Viper, but after that, maybe someone is same level. But I believe he is like top notch. Miguel, obviously the finalist of the last big 2v2 tournament. So I can absolutely see them playing super strong. But look at that. Eddie is going for the forward, but not without running into the scout of BacT here.
Miguel's going for the extra scout, so he wants to have the vision on the map. And good for him, because now he did scout forward.
And instant siege workshop drop by BacT here, going for the defensive magnots. I'm not 100% sure if it needed to be that early and if it needed to be with 2 villagers. I personally would have added a TC and only then get the siege workshop out and the magnol, because you will have a solid, I would say, 2.5 minutes till the first plumed archers are coming in. Oh, down scout actually Miguel trying to protect that castle here, and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at Eddie, how he's placing down the castle, but BacT does have a mangonel out, and he's not sending it forward though, it seems, or he's waiting a little bit. Yeah, there you go. The
opening this gate.
Gonna go down, and what? A gate?
Oh, beautiful move! He's trying to crawl forward. Let me see another game. BacT.
That's so
Craigism.
Huh.
Nice.
But it didn't really work.
I'm the dumbest caster ever. Let me see. Maybe the mangonel can still shoot some villagers.
Oh, is he reaching this one is going up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need like 1 or 2 more tiles. The mangonel has range of 7, the castle is 4x4. So if the mangonel could have reached the area where the gate actually is, like 1 tile further, and BacT could have denied that castle. Oh, I never thought of that. What a genius.
That's some really nice micro there. how fast he got that up. So now, yeah, the plumes are coming out, and well, BacT is still. I mean, he is castle, so he should be able to defend. But one mangonel is not going to be enough. The plumes will just be too fast. It can easily outrun the mango. Over at the other side, there's not a whole lot happening though. It seems like Slam is going for... Oh wait, he actually has a castle up. And he also got some plumes queued up already.
Yeah, so the question is now, will he go and try to attack against Miguel, or will he try to do and defend BacT? I believe that BacT will be kind of safe at home, especially with the defensive mangonel, with the TC up, with 2 extra TCs up even. So I personally would prefer to see him go and try to raid some of that booty kill of Miguel here.
Yeah, still adjusting a little bit of settings here. So now Eddie going in with the plumes. He does have MajorQueros already. And BacT still on only 1 mangonel. He's getting a second out, but that's quite late. Because Miguel does have a knight there. But he doesn't seem to be too much. No, he can't get the mango like that.
Okay, let's take a look. At the moment, like 1 villager down kills, that's very low. Mangonel, now against 2 mangonels is super tough to micro. Let's take a look. That's a spot for a ground attack. And indeed, he went for some, but...
The plumes are just too fast.
Yeah, indeed.
And Slam now turning around.
That was a great ground attack there. Look at that. Eddie's archer's so low there now. And they can't get out. Oh, big shot, big shot!
That was sloppy.
Only 2 left. And yeah, well,
Rip.
It was sloppy. It was trying to send them in the castle. Didn't think that BacT would be so quick with the rewall. But yeah, beautiful gate placement here. And suddenly, yeah, the attack of Eddie is completely shut down.
Yeah, so now BacT completely safe. And Slam doesn't have quite a lot of plumes yet. And he also doesn't have any petards yet, so he's not gonna go in. Oh, wait, there you go. Petards coming out. Nice.
Okay, so next raiding could be possible. At the same time, Eddie blaming Miguel that he didn't have enough knights out to kill the mangonels, and Eddie wasn't very pleased with that. And yeah, now they're playing the blaming game at the same time. Yeah, we want to see the attack of Slam. And yeah, let's see how well Miguel will defend it. He obviously will have a mangonel or 2 prepared as well, but only now queuing 1 out and being housed.
So the quick walls are now dying to the castle, so the plumes are in again. But still there are 2 mangoes for BacT, and he has got enough town centers to stay safe.
Yeah, I feel so as well. Rewarding the siege workshop. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Quite decent ground attack there. Again, getting a good amount of damage on the plume dodgers.
Oh, and trying to build a gate, but 1 tile off here. Want to build in this area in front of the house.
In the meantime, Slam is going in now and out microing here a mangonel. That mangonel was caught off guard and now it's down. So Miguel's in completely open to the ratings of Slam. But he's not on MajorQueros yet. He's only just getting padded archer armor, so...
I'm not sure if that's the right important upgrade there, having +1 defense. Yeah, he's getting some damage done, but... Like, will he ever sit on a TC fire? Does he really need the +1 defense? I'm not sure.
Well, so he's got more than enough plumes to one-shot Phil, so it's he can still just outrun town centers.
Well, it's still +1 range would be the great thing, I believe. And yeah, the problem is a bit Miguel didn't have Loom for quite some time, and Eddie's saying, what a fail start. At the moment he is reasonably when it comes to villagers, and Miguel is a bit ahead, but oh, Miguel for the night switch, I didn't catch that.
And now that the fact that that Slam doesn't have the botkin. That might be a little tough, but still the Knights... Oh wait, no, they're on +1, so they're doing actually quite nice. Yeah, that's those blooms are gone. And another castle coming up for Eddie, and a siege workshop as well. BacT in the meantime trying to re-wall behind this mess, not letting any plumed archers in again.
Yeah, and that's absolutely reasonable. Let's take a look. Yeah, it was a nice defense by Miguel. He is nicely ahead when it comes to villagers, but oh, even trying to pick up some of the relics is Slam now. He still has some aggression. And how does the run to Imperial Age look? It seems like Eddie and BacT both up, but I feel like that should be better for the Medium player.
Well, I think so. Yeah, early Imperial is quite nice, of course. The only thing that the mains really need is the siege ram in combination with the plumes, and then they can start Celts. I don't really know. They can go full siege and halbs, but versus mines, that's not really great. I feel.
Yeah, when you take a look at how much villages he has on stone, most likely we will see some Ram Vote Rider aggression. We can take a look at his resources, and indeed he has enough stone to build a castle, but is focusing on triple warning yet and isn't going for rams. So he will just camp it out. I believe he will go up to 2 castles and try to build plumed archers. The problem is one of his stone spots is still very much in the front here where Eddie has his 2 castles.
Yeah, so he might not be able to get more castles out for now, but how do even Vote Raiders do versus plumes? Not very great, right?
Oh, they're doing reasonably well. I think they have like 4 piece armor base or something. So I would say they're... Oh, only 1. Okay, but still, I feel like they can close the distance pretty quickly and lots of HP. I would say they perform pretty reasonably well.
Okay, well, in combination maybe with rams, then you can soak up a lot of arrow fire from the plume. So Celts and rams still seem like a very decent combo.
Yeah, absolutely an option. I feel like most of the double will go to the north, though. Although maybe Miguel is going for manual defenses. Miguel seems to take the siege approach here. And he will play Vote Rider Onager against the Mayans player. So I feel like now it's a spot where Slam should actually attack Eddie. He's completely undefended at home. He is, very engaged at the front. And Slam has no chance of attacking into Miguel quite soon. So I feel like now he should switch. Slam will go for the full raid against Eddie. It's super tough for Miguel to help with his very slow Mangonauts. And at the same time, BacT should go up to Vote Riders, clear up Eddie, and then they try to double and save Slam's castles. That would be the approach I would take.
Let's see. Right, still figuring out a little settings here. Okay. So now the trap fight is started over at BacT's base. Both got 2 castles.
Yeah, but the problem was Eddie didn't have enough villagers. He now did send 6 more to the front to repair, but lost 1 trap, and now rams are coming in, and Eddie doesn't have any answer to those rams.
No, not really. No, not at all.
He has 2 Mangonels behind his walls, so... Or not his walls, actually BacT's walls, but they're working for him, so... it's still... Those rams aren't too scary. At the same time, we have 2 doubles. Miguel trying to help out, but Slam can as well. And Slam indeed trying to clear up those castles of Eddie. And now Eddie losing 2 front castles. And suddenly Marians aren't looking too great, I would say. Eagles against... Plume's archers, like 1-1 I would say, but against Boat Riders, they, just so easily die. So I feel like Eddie in a very tough situation now.
And in the meantime, Slam is might lose his castles here if he would send would send some more units with it though, because the villagers can deal with the rams for now. But Slam gotta be careful there, not losing his castles.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much guaranteed that he will lose them at one point in the game. He needs so much army there. You might even make a point for BacT sending out some villagers and build onagers behind the base of Slam, but it feels like he will just go for 2-3 Magnets behind it, hope to snipe the onagers of Miguel and just hope for the defense, and we will see how that goes. Miguel now sending in 2 traps, the onagers and the rams. Now that would be a weird scenario that Slam actually would do very well with going for eagles.
Yeah, I think so in this case. That wouldn't be a bad decision at all. He is going for onager instead though. Well, first the plumes, that's of course a nice thing if you have quite a decent amount of onagers, but I do wonder if it's really needed because BacT already could provide those onagers, right?
Well, yeah, I think team-wise that's a pretty bad decision by Slam. He felt like he needed some defense, but look at that, his castle will vanish anyways. And now onagers are coming in for Miguel. Maybe they can get some shots in long distance. Slam safe for now.
Yeah, but in this case, for defending versus the Rams, the onagers are okay, but he couldn't save the castle in time. Didn't have enough there.
Yeah,
and Eddie's fort is completely gone now, so they did quite well in that regard.
Now getting back that stone spot and the gold spot. Actually managed to get up to 3 castles though.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, Dogao. I missed the message. Yeah, I'm trying to focus a little bit on the game. Also, I was co-casting with Millie, so
yeah. Dogao is a sweet guy. I love him so much. Okay, now Miguel trying to go for the sneak attack, but without any production facilities. It's so tough. He has 1 castle at home, now building the second one, so his bloom larger production will slowly get somewhat into the range where he wants to have it, but yeah, the one who is struggling with the plumed archer production will be Slam, now going down to 2 castles of his own.
Right, and BacT was trying to go out to take the gold, but the plumes from Eddie denied that quite badly, and I suppose BacT is struggling a little bit with gold here. He does still have one, but he can't really saturate it as it's stuck there in a really awkward spot.
Well, he isn't sending a lot of villagers. He did ask for food before, so yeah, and they don't have the extra gold spot. Slam is now going for banking and should start slinging pretty soon. Now we have the onagers and boat riders kicking in. Let's take a look. Onagers could get some big hits. At the moment Slam is very clumped up. Maybe some onager shots? No, not really. Trap's doing a great job of focusing down those onagers here. Great micro here by Slam. Nice positioning with all his plumed archers. Did even force his castle to auto-focus fire on the onagers. And yeah, that was quite a reasonable fight for Slam, I would say. But still, Miguel's army is just so much stronger here.
Yeah, it was quite decent. Slam did manage to clean up a lot of the onagers, or actually all the onagers from Miguel's in.
And it's costly. Gold efficient wise, that was really reasonable. And oh, do I have a drop here? Or is it just paused?
I'm still going on.
Game is continuing?
Yeah, there you go. There is it. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind, I think.
Okay, I'm at 41. Yeah, obviously it's a pause now, so yeah. And I will try. I need to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Here.
So people in chat are saying that BacT needs to start pumping out bodies quicker, and so far he has quite a bit of lack of presence on the battlefield. I feel he just couldn't really mess up enough bodies and deal with the army from the other guys.
Yeah, the problem was he only had limited amount of stone, and he needed to build a lot of traps at the start. Therefore, only 3 castles, lost some against the Plume Archers, and yeah, now he's sitting at not the strongest army amount. Let's take a look. It is overall 35. No! Plume Archers.
Finally, more siege workshops coming up for from BacT. I really feel like he needs that. Oh, what's this? Another pause?
It seems like that might only be the catching up, because it's now
What timestamp are you at?
43:20.
Yes, me too. Mass blooms is dangerous. No, I think in combination with the Celts, it's not too bad. I mean, why would you, being the Mayan player, why would you not just let Celts do the siege and you get the plumes out? Who paused, by the way? Was it BacT, or? I heard that BacT is a bit infamous for smoking during games.
Well, we'll see about that. Here it was BacT indeed, yeah. But I'm not sure if he actually paused the game for smoking in this case. And the Rams going closer to the next trap, and I believe Slam now down to 2 castles again. I feel like he lost 3 or 4 castles in this area already.
Yeah, it was quite greedy to get those castles right there in the middle. Yeah, banking as well coming out for Miguel's in, and even architecture for Slam.
Yeah, trying to
really
save
wants to hang on to those castles. Yeah.
Yeah. BacT says, I need to take it. And what is he saying? He doesn't need to take that fight, does he? Let's take a look. He's still very much out of gold. Yeah, he wants to take the area in front of his base. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, BacT losing more and more Vote Riders here. At the moment, everyone higher than 60 military count. BacT, though, only has half of it.
Yeah, he's trying to snipe some onagers, but his Wody count was so low that it didn't really make sense to me, and I feel like he just needs to mass a little bit of army and really need to wait for siege rams to tank up some arrow fire from the plumes.
Oh, he's getting siege ram now, but so many Vote Riders and so many onagers now. At the moment, it feels a bit like Miguel's army looks pretty much unbeatable. He even has Celtic Foraker, so all of those onagers have 90 HP. It's so tough to kill them. It's plumed archers, rams. Yeah, will need to come very close. Vote Riders aren't really matched up for BacT here. This army looks like a death ball to me. Miguel now even going for SO. MajorQueros, what can Slam and BacT do here?
Well, that's a tough one to call. I think they're in a really bad position here. And Hoarding's coming out for BacT. What can they do? Well, I really don't know. If they would have infinite gold, then maybe Slam can consider attacking into Eagle Warriors, but that's gonna take way too long, I feel.
Yeah, maybe some onagers of BacT could have been needed, but all the Rams now going down. I think there's not a single Vote Rider at the front. Now Miguel is completely dominating Slam here, who's on plumed archers only, and it looks very promising here for a Brazilian and French guy.
Yeah, Slam lost quite a bit of plumed archers there to some onager shots.
Actually asking for gold. He is only at pop 130. Look at that. Trying to clear up the front now, but so much gold and stone gone. He wanted to try to do some siege aggression on the left hand side, but all shut down, and Slam needs to fall back further and further. But where can he go?
Well, BacT now has a different problem of his own. Miguel's sending some bodies to raid the economy, and it seems like BacT is running a little bit out of space here. And yeah, he's also struggling in getting his army up, so not really contributing here. And Slam can't really 1v2 this. Absolutely not.
But I think he couldn't even 1v1 this, because you can simply not kill one trap without risking the lives of like 60 plumed archers there. So many SO out.
It takes so long to get even through the siege ramps. And now he's Miguel's got siege on it here as well.
Okay, I think GG. I feel like Slam can't do much, and yeah, indeed, let's GB. GG, no gold back, he says. He didn't have the spots here in the front. Didn't need to go for a lot of traps earlier, and I think he went for 6 gold, and for 6 traps, didn't get that gold nice and early, and yeah, very convincing performance here by Miguel, playing it very defensively. Didn't take any damage against Slam, and then went, onto, we call it the dashboard of the Celts.
Oh wow, I'm quite behind, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to.
It's fine. It's probably me, my computer. Usually.
Sorry, you should have told me. You should have interrupted me more, because then I felt like I was casting fights and you didn't even see them at this point.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look.
They're gonna go for the... Are they gonna take a pause, or are they gonna go right away?
I have no idea. It feels like they already started the next game. So I would say I will just mute myself pretty quickly, and then we will get back with game number 2 here.
Okay.
Okay, seems like we have a lot of technical difficulties here. And that's not very enjoyable. Okay. 1-0 here for Miguel and Eddie. Pretty convincing performance. And yeah, Eddie wasn't too happy, but still worked out pretty nicely for them. And military count, Eddie got a lot of nice kills. Slam obviously couldn't do much, but had positive skill set. Compare that to BacT. Wow. Also, some villagers and a lot of vote riders there. Didn't really get into one big engagement ever with his vote riders, and that was pretty brutal for him. And yeah, now my purpose, I'm at least trying to unban Pumuckl, which I banned during the game. I wanted to mod him and just misclicked it. And oh, there he is back. Okay, so mod user. Oof. Okay, I thought I banned him. So okay, that didn't happen. I just timed him out. That makes a bit more sense then. And okay, so now I can focus on the game a bit better. We have starting the game. So they went team random for game 1. No, it was set civilizations. I will get you the updated settings here. That was my bad. I was just thinking like normally those tournaments don't have too many changing settings, but this time they had it. So semifinals will be those settings.
Rogan?
And did I have this as an overlay? So nearly wake up. Oh, Viper hosted me. Guys, welcome. We are prepared for 1K viewers. I am. Thank you so much, Viper. And you know, I didn't have content on your Twitch stream for 2 weeks, so I want my $2.49 back for my subscription. I hope you send them pretty quickly. For everyone who just tuned in, we are watching Miguel and Eddie playing against BacT and Slam. It's an arena 2v2 tournament, and we already have the first win here for Eddie and Miguel. And yeah, it was a not too entertaining game number one, but I feel like we might see a lot coming up here. I will take a quick look for you at the bracket again if you want to see it. So we are now in the green part, which is this game. And yeah, only 4 teams left in the winner bracket, 4 still left in the loser bracket. And the Viper even subscribed. Thanks so much. I still have some troubles with Twitch alerts, so I'm not 100% sure if it will show up pretty soon. But yeah, we will. Hopefully it will. So players already started the game, and we will jump into game number 2 pretty quickly. I'm casting this together with MajorQueros, and yeah, it is pretty entertaining. And yeah, thank you everyone for enjoying the pyramid stream here. And yeah, this should be pretty good. You funny mate, thanks for streaming those games. Made my evening. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, the Viper 99 fan. So many pyramids going on, and yeah, we will see how the next game goes. We will have now, since Slam and BacT lost the first game, we have the scenario that they decide.
My man.
Yeah, thanks so much, the Viper. And yeah, I'm a bit surprised that it's not reading the message, but you probably can see it in the Twitch chat. And yeah, thanks for your message. Glad to see you back. And it's so incredible how well you did with like uploading something on YouTube like every day, and you had to have so much content prepared. I felt like, nice, the Viper's away, I can really storm the YouTube front, but no, I didn't. Yeah, no text to speech. I'm pretty disappointed by that as well. Maybe I can.
No.
See what went wrong there. Where can I change that? Why is delay was game 2? They had some issues. I believe it was Eddie this time. I can show you the game room if you want to, and then you can see for yourself. Who joined last? I'm not sure. And alert box normally should.
My man.
Oh no. Should normally read the text, right? Show message. What? I think it should be said now, and I'm not 100% sure how I can make that repeat. Still not very good at this. And it's winner bracket semifinals. So very high level and a lot on the line here. You obviously don't want to drop down to the loser bracket. And we have, like, I believe roughly 1.2k Prize money. Oh no, MBL is discussing how loser bracket is called. It's so difficult. Like, some people call the round of 4 in the winner bracket the semis. I personally think it should be called. I think it should be called the semis. And in the loser bracket, when there are like one person left in the winner bracket, one in, or like 2 in the winner bracket, 2 in the loser bracket, I would call it the loser bracket finals. But others call it the loser bracket semifinals, and then the loser bracket finals. But I call it the loser bracket finals, and then the consolation finals. And it's so confusing. I had like 20-minute debates with Robo about it and Zero Empires when we tried to came up with some brackets, and that was confusing. And I think I now am using their term. And you can see, guys, Speculate started, so soon we will jump into game number 2. The waiting is over. GotA 2 is my favorite MOBA. Are you watching the tournament in Monte Carlo? No, I'm not very interested in watching poker streams anymore unless I know the people playing, like personally. Yeah, my bike had a flat tire, so I have to wait to get where I wanted to go in time. On the other hand, it means I have time to stay here now. I would say feels bad, man, and feels good, man. Anyone got the link moment when it went ARC? I linked it the other day on Nobody 41 stream when he made a tribute to that. And now we'll be back.
That might be it. All right. Yes.
There he is. Yeah. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking into game number 2 here. It will again be Miguel and Eddie. They decided to shift for both teams, and we are starting here with the Hans player, Miguel, in the green trunks.
Right, and over to his left we have his teammate Eddie playing with the Koreans.
And facing him with a very slow civilization is a very fast civilization. It will be Slam playing with Aztecs.
Right, and then over to his right, a very nice arena civ. In my opinion, we got the Spanish.
Oh, that is so interesting. So Miguel is playing Hans, Eddie Koreans, Slam and BacT went for Aztecs and Spanish. Remember, guys, Slam and BacT did decide to get the civs. You might think, yeah, it's reasonable. Aztecs are super strong, Spanish are very strong as well, and they are very, much better than Koreans and Hans. So a 1-1 is now very likely, but we're switching the civs in game number 3, so I'm not 100% sure how good it is, but what do you think, MajorQueros? Aren't you like getting into a 2-1 deficit most of the time now?
Yeah, it's really hard to call in my opinion. I think G-Mans did it the same thing as well for his Arena Battlegrounds tournament. And I feel like, yeah, usually you'll put yourself in a disadvantage if you pick very hard counters or something. But in this case, I mean, Koreans and Huns are... Koreans are really slow, Huns are quite fast, but they are still decent on Arena, I feel. Somewhat decent. I mean, Huns got Paladins, they got Siege Rams.
To get that. Well, okay, so Eddie just said, if we look at the chat, I go aggressive and try to put down him with myself into 1v1 1TC style. So Eddie will play it like Mangonel, long distance, monks against Aztecs. I have heard of better ideas, but maybe feels like we're so outmatched that might be their only chance.
Yeah, I feel so. I think Huns versus Spanish is a somewhat decent matchup, but Aztecs versus Koreans, that's going to be the interesting one. Like you said in the beginning, Koreans are quite slow, and as far as I know, I mean, their siege is good. But yeah, what can they really do in Arena late game?
I'm not 100% sure, and look at Eddie, 3k lore, he says, and Miguel even says, okay? Okay, what's going on here? And BacT not the greatest lure ever as well. And yeah, Miguel already pushing some deer, and I feel like it will be super interesting. BacT against Miguel. If they're playing the 1v1 on the other side, it will be tough to decide what you want to go for. Do you want to boom and go for Cavaliers, or are you trying to play a 1v1 on your own and are going for the Ram Halberdier push?
Oh, that's a tough one to call. I think it really depends on what the opponents will do. But that's the nice things about Hunts. You do still have quite a few options in late game. Although again, Paladins is so superior that I just expect the Hunts to go like Paladin and at least some Rams.
But we saw in earlier stages that booming for Paladins, there is a small timing where you could absolutely get caught off guard with your pants down, so to say, if the enemy is going for a Halberdier Ram push and you don't get to that mass amount. And yeah, then it might be super tough, but I absolutely have to agree with you. Going for Paladins in the long run would be the strongest choice.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Spanish do have a very good option in early Castle Age to just castle drop into Conquistadors, and I feel Huns just really need their time to get to Imperial. Really, the only option they have in Castle is, well, maybe Knights or at best CA, but on Arena CA are not really used a lot. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for the Hun player for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. CA and Imperial Age not really an option. Maybe if you want to go super tricky, you could go for something like Light Cav, but yeah, just to support like against the Monk Rush of Slam. But then you're so vulnerable against BacT's boom, and people didn't talk about it. With people, I mean Miguel and Eddie, so that's basically no option.
By the way, Nelly, I heard from some people in my chat that your microphone sounds really nice here on the stream. So
Yeah.
because it sounds a little bit muddled on your own stream, and we were trying to figure out how that maybe could be.
Well, I bought Adobe Audition. So that's like a tool that increases your like sound quality. And now I feel like I have a bit too much bass, but the rest sounds pretty fine, I would say. So I invested some money there, but I still have huge problems that you can hear in my keyboard. For example, if I'm trying to say some stuff, then you might still hear me pretty aggressively.
I think I can help you with that later on, but that will be something for after the games. But your mic now sounds really nice.
Okay, thanks so much. And yeah, really try to put a lot of effort into that. And look at that, Eddie is actually not going for the Magnal Monk aggression I was expecting, but he's going for the War Wagon approach. And I honestly am not sure how well War Wagons are performing against monks. I think they only have a very small range of, let me take a look, 4. So that increases to 6 if we would go for Botkin Arrow, but still against 9 range monks.
Yeah, but Korean monks are not very good. Oh wait.
You sent me CA, Eddie says. So I CPU? What? What is CPU? Click up? So I click up? No, he's just playing in Castle Ages, right? I'm a bit confused. So we will see Sam going for mass monks here. A strategy that we don't see too often of him. But already clicked up to Castle Age. Look at that, 1450. The others are a bit slower.
Let's see, I'm behind again. Castle Age, right there for Slam, right?
Yeah, I'm at 1240.
Okay. 1240 already. Then I'm still a little bit behind.
Okay, can you fast forward a bit, or should I slow down a bit?
I'm fast forwarding now, so it seems to catch up.
13.5.
Yes, that's it. Okay, good. And we're catched up.
Yeah, and Eddie is going for the castle for 100%. Has some other villagers, and yeah, my chat is still guessing what CPU means.
CPU.
Not sure. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Okay, what does it mean?
I'm not gonna tell, of course. Well, it depends what the... There's only one meaning, right? The computer part.
Yeah, no, but Eddie said I will go CPU. So it's unlikely that he means... well, yeah.
Okay. No, then I don't know.
Unless he turns into his computer part. Well, Miguel is going for CA, a unit that we said was very unlikely, but seems like it will happen.
He mentioned +2. Oh, what? Never mind. So yeah, Miguel's in going with the 2 ranges, so that's telling me something. You know, very nice unit for the Huns.
Yeah, indeed. And look at that. His Flam is going for monks. His relics are super far off. 3 basically in the area of Miguel. 1 just a bit outside and 1 close to BacT, who is now building his defensive castle here. So Slam's monk rush won't, be benefited too much by going for a lot of relics. And Eddie going for the aggressive castle, even if he was 1 minute slower. I'm not 100% sure if this castle will go up.
Well, depends on what Slam is doing here. He's getting monks out, but he doesn't really have anything, I feel, to deny the castle.
Well, it's still without loom villagers. Look at that! 4 HP! And now, this might be so ugly for him.
Oh.
And
yeah, that's going worse than I thought.
Is that a doubt castle? Like seriously, he now needs to build up a guard tower to get that up. Miguel even says FUCK, and Slam lost to scout. Slam has to scout this castle. It's cancelled. It feels like GG. It seriously feels like GG. What is this? Eddie says -10. I think it's only like -7, but look at that. Kill to death ratio is 2 to 6 now. Yeah, he killed a scout off Slam, the Aztec player, but that can't be something that you can call a win. Oh god, Eddie is so bad.
Well, yeah, so now he's gonna get the castle at home, but this gonna be a tough one for sure. Castle will help him a little bit to defend from the monster siege, but still, Slam could just go around and ignore the castle. And he's of course, and he's way behind now.
Yeah, and Eddie has a lot of farms for this scenario. And yeah, that was just so risky. I feel like aggressive castle wasn't the best choice. And then without loom, and yeah, then obviously the converts went pretty well for Slam as well. Yeah, that was so bad for Eddie here. He is only behind by a solid 3 villagers, but you know that this amount will only increase now since Slam is going for 2 TCs. His 3rd TC will be earlier, and yeah, at the moment he's at 0 military, and the others at 6, 7, and 8.
Okay, so over at the other side now we got CA versus Conquistadors. Miguel Sin got a monk out as well, but the Conquistadors sniped the monk, and now Miguel Sin is not gonna take that fight. It's not gonna be possible.
Oh yeah,
so far so good. Expected performance for BacT.
Yeah, kind of a castle, Spanish, like 2 TC aggression. He has a lot more villagers on stone that I would have normally liked to see. And yeah, Conquistadors now will be so deadly. Probably the most cost-efficient unit in this game when it comes to Castle Age. And if he micros this correctly, the damage output is just enormous. 16 in Castle Age for a ranged unit. It's just so brutal. Only now waiting for 1 or maybe 2 Peddards, and then they will go in, and Miguel's main gold spot will be gone.
Yeah, that's a little bit awkward for Miguel in that forward stone. He doesn't have a TC yet, but he's not gonna get a TC up right there now, but maybe if he has some time and is free, then I think a TC right there would be quite nice, just to give a little bit of protection to your vills.
Well, at this spot at the front, building a TC, I'm not 100% sure since...
No,
yeah, you
later
would
on.
probably go into, later on. That's still super exposed no matter where you build it, and you're on the back foot. Yeah, anyways, and magnets are an option. I'm not 100% sure. I think he just has to accept it that he needs to take this gold later on and just rely on the 2 back golds that he has. At the same time, we have a funny thing going on. Eddie! Actually 50% Imperial Age. I have no idea why. I have no idea what he's going to do, but he went for it.
Well, tower defense is a natural thing versus the Smush. Even though it seems like Slam didn't really super commit into a Smush. And well, with the 2v2 that's expected, of course. Well, at least I see 1 tower. He might be putting up 1 more tower. But now the game is going towards the Imperial. The towers might not really help. But still, I learned that from Klaus that that's a natural defense versus Smush.
Yeah, it is, but not in a 2v2, I believe. And like the Imperial Age is the weird thing. I think like the tower defense is reasonable, and now we can see BacT going in, but 2 monks getting 1 beautiful convert. Yeah, some kills, but where was Slam? If there was a double push, I think that would have made so much more sense than just BacT poking in and Slam slowly walking over. Slam now going for the converts in the middle. I am at 2440 by the way. Let's take a look.
Yes.
1 convert done. 2nd convert is... oh, he double clicked the same wall wagon. Let's take a look now, focusing on the manual only. Eddie's trying to micro away, but the arrows are still hitting. But he saved it, 20 HP. At the same time, we have the push here. We have BacT pushing in together with Slam, and now he's getting some converts done. And wow, Miguel suddenly completely out of army.
Yeah, he's not doing quite good, and that is expected from monks together with conquistadors. That's just a really, really nice combination. Eddie already saying, let's resign this stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't very happy with that opening, and he's a bit of a salty player. We saw in game 1 he was not like very fond of how Miguel was teaming up with him, and yeah, some salt to be seen there. And yeah, it won't improve the overall mood of his team if they can't really get this game reasonably well done. And I simply can't see it. Look at the villager count, look at the military count, look at the map control. Look at that suicide of Eddie, and indeed, the GG has been called. Miguel just, writes on 1 point, but the game is over.
Yeah, maybe he went up to Imperial to try something of a fast Imperial or something, but yeah, didn't really work. So now the civs are gonna change around, and that's gonna be the interesting part.
Yeah, well, I think actually Eddie Miguel should just win it. Eddie going for Aztecs, Miguel going for the boom civ. I still feel like BacT and Slam went for a very bad choice, unless they have a great strategy prepared, which I'm actually doubting here.
Well, it's really complicated to make certain picks, I feel. Yeah, you don't want to hard counter yourself in the next game too much. But yeah, when you pick somewhat equal civs, then you got the skill difference again. So yeah, it's I understand it's a complex combination.
But if you're down 1-0, like forcing it getting down 2-1, you're just shortening the distance, but keeping the advantage for the other guy. I think that's one of the most counterproductive things you could do. But
well, we'll see.
Okay, so then hear you in 2 minutes when we are back with game number 3. He's not the outro guy. Well, okay, so I had some questions in the chat that I wanted to answer. Nearly, was it common that on such a high level people are still chatting? No, but Miguel prefers to play with music at all times, and therefore he doesn't go into TeamSpeak with anyone, and it's super bad. And what was the other question? I watched the full ad just for you. You didn't need to, mate. Thank you so much, but it's totally fine to use ad block, in my opinion. So I think I would get some money off it, but here's a co-caster. I think if you type !co-caster, it should say it. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the question was as well, is there a counter to AdStack monks? More AdStack monks? Eagle Warriors and Scouts or Light Cav. Those are the only like 2 real counters. Yeah, it's tough to play against AdStack and Spanish. I feel like the Civ matchup makes no sense at all. But I'm just praying to see BacT and Slam now with the perfect strategy prepared. And all the guys who were not sure what I predicted. I predict this game to go, or the series to go 3-1 into the favor of Eddie and Miguel. And at the moment, it feels like I might be right. Yeah. Feels like it. Hard is not arena player for sure. If you say so, bluffy face. It has to be. Hard, can you co-cast, please? I won't switch co-casters during the series, but I absolutely would love to have Hard for some series here as well. I think I even had him once, right? I kind of tricked him into. I had Leary, and then Leary gave over to Hard. So, yeah, but would absolutely love to have your expert insight for some games as well. Not switch, add? I still don't know what you mean. Get your account to co-cast? No. Hans can defend pretty well with his AdStack Korea, very well with Spanish. Yeah, but it was the other way around. Don't switch co-casters, add one. Well, I would have to ask MajorQueros as well. But I think we'll keep it with 2 for now. Oh, the Viper 99 fan, I really missed you. Where have you been the last 2 weeks? Did you like synchronize your holiday together with the Viper so that you don't miss any of his streams?
Yes.
Yes. So,
okay,
let's jump into game number 3 here. Score is tied up, and now the civilizations are switched. We have Miguel playing the Spanish.
Right, and again, Eddie over to his left, playing with the Aztecs this time. Expected?
Yeah, as expected, for 100% sure. And let's see how they played it on the other side. We have Slam playing the Hunts.
Yes, indeed. And then over to the right, we got BacT playing in the beautiful orange hair as the Koreans.
Oh, and yeah, they're talking about a very bad map and that they want to read it. And indeed, look at that. BacT's 3 goals, but he can't even use that gate properly. And yeah, they're talking about yeah, and they will take it. So don't get overexcited, guys. But this will be a restart. And yeah, let's talk about why this is a restart. Slam has deers outside, and he has a very great open area. And for BacT, obviously the gold. Or what else do you see, MajorQueros?
I was still looking around. Nothing much really. Miguel's in though. He has a back zone, so that would have been nice for the Spanish. His other resources are quite exposed though. His gold is quite forward. His second stone is outside, or gold is outside. So not really the greatest map.
Eddie would have had a great one, and yeah, since Miguel would probably go for Conquistadors anyways, his main gold spot isn't too important. People are now saying they have to time it, guys, for all the guys who aren't very... oh, BacT. Oh, look at BacT, what is going on here? No...
I expect him to maybe write a letter.
No. Oh.
Or not.
Okay, they call it the read.
No.
So they aren't waiting
Yeah.
for 3:59. For the guys who aren't very familiar with how this goes, normally you are allowed to restart before the 4-minute mark. So people are just letting the time down till 3:59 and then are calling the restart to just hope that someone is doing it a bit earlier. But yeah, they just went for the 3:30 restart here. The problem with that is if both players pause, you unpause and you might go over the 4-minute mark. And that was what one of the chat was referring to.
Aha. And what? Who? Ah, there is Eddie. Okay. So, by the way, is this a best of 3?
This is a best of 5.
Oh, wow, nice.
Game number 4 will be team random. And game number 5, if we go that far, would be hidden free choice of different civilizations, which I believe aren't the same civs of game number 2, if I remember that correctly.
Okay.
No civs are used in game 1 to 4. So it has to be 4 completely new unique civs. Yeah.
So what civs did we have? We had Spanish, Aztecs, Huns, Koreans, Celts, Mayans. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, restarting for resources too far forward is so stupid. Pro players moaning about that. Jesus. Well, players are trying to win those games, and if they feel like they have a very bad map, they will restart to have better chances. So I can absolutely understand that, and I don't understand how you could be annoyed by that.
Yeah, and the only risk you would have is maybe getting a worse map after the re, but with a map that was bugged like that, then yeah, it's quite difficult to get a worse map.
Oh god, my chat is just going on full Dracontate now. And he's absolutely jumping on it. Feels so bad, man. Oh.
Now that's interesting. I didn't know there was a hotkey to mute your browser. Huh. Because I was trying to mute some to play with hotkeys from TeamSpeak, but accidentally I muted my browser. Huh.
That's weird. I always click on the small microphone button.
Oh, how? Oh, right there. Ah. Okay.
My man. My man. My man. My man.
It doesn't show the message as it seems. Not much I can do there. Cast arena game between Dracont and Hart after this tournament. Probably no. First of all, I'm not a big fan of benefiting guys for 8. And I'm not that much into games where there isn't anything on the line. Because I hate when people lose games and just say like, oh, I didn't play 100%, I was trying to come up with creative strategies and entertain or such. And I only love to see players really going at it, prize money on the line, big tournaments, and therefore I only cast tournaments. You'll very, very rarely see me ever cast any non-tournament games. I'm not that much into it. Okay, let's jump into it. And synchronized unmute. And now new try for game number 3. 1 restart last here for BacT and Slam. We again have Miguel playing the Spanish.
Let's see, I still have my music on. Noobcaster. Alright, so Miguel's in. Yes, right, over to his... oh wow, they are quite far away because Eddie playing with the Aztecs there, all the way on the other side of the map.
Indeed, very far distance here. And yeah, we have Slam on the right-hand side with the Hunts.
Right, indeed. So, and then his teammate is BacT with Koreans. What do you think about the maps this time?
The maps, it is super weird. Look at that, BacT and Miguel super close to each other, and that will be kind of dicey how BacT will try to defend that. Will he go for maybe some monk, some manual defense? BacT obviously will struggle to defend against great conquistador micro here of Miguel, and something that you were so very confused of before is a huge distance here to Eddie.
Yeah, right, and I think it's this is very nice for Miguelson to be that close to the walls. If he can drop a castle that would be otherwise quite forward, but now it's just right inside of his wall, so it's not gonna give him a huge advantage, but still it will get the petards quite early to the walls for BacT if he is gonna go with conquistadors and wall bust.
And honestly, he might even build it outside with Spanish villagers building a castle in that small area here. He might not even need to go for petards, but just try to rain down against the walls here of BacT. And then with all his gold spot on the left hand side, this map of BacT isn't looking too great.
Let's see.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at Slam's map. He has quite a good map actually. His gold is all in the back, and his stone is forward. But with hunts, you don't really need that. Yeah, quite a nice map. Small back base, but nothing much going on there.
Yeah, small back base.
Towers.
Towers? What?
Oh, somebody is saying that BacT should go towers. I don't know.
Korean
we'll see.
Tower defense. Well, he has one stone spot in his base. Yeah. Second one is a bit more in the front. Well, yeah, I think his map... Well, the top isn't very important to him. So his actual vulnerable area is all in the south here. He will build 2 TCs and maybe 1 or 2 towers. And he indeed might be in a quite reasonable place here. So I won't really hate the decision to go for some defensive towers, but I think it's unlikely, but would be a great choice. Who said that in your chat? He might be a clever person.
Alcazaba.
Ah,
Don't know if you have ever seen him before.
I'm pretty sure I have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The guy who starts with an A, right?
I mean, the thing is, yeah, with Koreans, what else? Well, you could maybe go castle drop into war wagons, but yeah, we saw how that ended last time.
No, we didn't, because it wasn't castle drop.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, but yeah, they are slow for sure. But against Edzek was the main problem, and actually he has very far away wood lines, I feel, and yeah, this second lumber camp would be pretty bad for his tower defense strategy that I'm still doubting very much.
Well, I guess if he's gonna go tower defense, then it will be all probably part of the left side of his map. So I guess his wood lines are not that important, right?
No, yeah.
I mean,
I think if it was closer in this area where his first lumber camp is, he would have had a bit more clumped up against potential conquistador ratings. And yeah, you just saw him type, this map is even worse, and Slam not happy. Slam will go for some scouts to defend against the potential monks of Eddie coming up. And Eddie will go for 2 monasteries, so not complete all in. And yeah, most likely we'll see some conquistadors, and we still have no idea what BacT is coming up with as a strategy.
well, we'll probably see that a little bit later on. Oh, interesting. BacT going for Loom.
Yeah, he was housed. He wanted to go up with higher pop than 25. And yeah, it's now even adding a 25th villager there. And that's probably an upgrade that you don't really want to do in Arena early on. But he wants to go with the higher pop. Very slow. Is now going for stone. So that will be most likely defensive castle drop.
Yeah, so I'm looking. Aha, yeah, there you go. Miguel Sin indeed going on the stone. Expected. Only 2 on stone though. Oh no, 3 now. Okay, good.
Yeah, normally send, I believe, 3 at the end of Dark Age and add the 2 new villagers from Feudal Age, and then you have
exactly
kind of the amount. Okay.
Yes. What you sometimes see players do is add a TC first and after add a castle, but nonetheless, 5 on stone is enough. So Eddie up to feudal first, BacT indeed a little bit later. Still going for 27 fills, and he did loom, so that's why he's a bit delayed.
Yeah. And Eddie will go for some aggression, as we know him. Has a nice gold. Actually, that would be a weird scenario where you could actually build your second lumber mining camp, not on the opposite side of the gold spot, but next to your first mining camp. Looks very weird. No one is going for it, but I think it would be an option here.
Nah, I guess TC on the gold is better.
Yeah, TC on the gold. Yeah, indeed. If he's only going for 2 monasteries, he most likely will add 1 at the gold. Yeah.
The thing is, well, it depends on how many he needs on gold. But if it's not going to be oversaturated anyway, then yeah, why not wait for the town center?
Even has 7 berries in his base. Some beautiful stuff for him there. Yeah, now I think like 8 villagers on gold would be very reasonable to go for 2 monasteries. And yeah, it feels like Miguel with a lot of map control that he will have at his conquistadors. And he will most likely get 4 relics here.
Yeah, I want to see or Slam is getting up a stable. I wonder if he does that for bloodlines. Oh no, scouts. Okay, yeah, scouts coming out, so he can again see if there are any relics being picked up and deny some monks. And later on, of course, if he wants to go Cavalry Archer, then Bloodlines or Paladins, he will still need the stable, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Cavalry Archer, a bit more unlikely this game, since he already is going for some life cap, and CA aren't countering the monks too greatly if you have some scouts out anyways. And later on, CA won't do much, so... But still, he's going for a lot of scouts, 2 already added, and that means that Eddie has basically no option to go for an aggressive approach here.
Well, it depends a bit. You could still add some eagles, but yeah. And he's dropping down a town center, so 1 monastery coming out. Yeah, he's taking things easy, or not easy, but safe.
Yeah, not too aggressively for sure. Not even adding the second monastery here, and BacT very slow on his castle timing. He will have enough stone for a defensive castle, and that I'm not sure. That's actually probably a fight I've never seen before. War wagons fighting against conquistadors. How do they perform against each other?
I don't know. I honestly don't watch enough recorded plays anyway. But yeah, I'm quite surprised by miguel+edie that he's getting that castle there. It is okay. It's defending his goal to some extent, but yeah, why not get it a little bit more forward?
Yeah, and BacT is still building it forward, and Miguel is not seeing it. Look at that, just barely out of sight. And actually, those stone walls of BacT are showing his castle. Wow. An unfortunate move, but doesn't really matter. Miguel already has a defensive T3 setup, is going for conquistadors, and yeah, he won't do much. Maybe can he snipe a villager? No, very unlikely.
No, not really much going on yet. In the meantime, Slam did get indeed the map control he wanted with the scouts. Let's see. Oh, he's not gonna go for the monk. So Eddie will be up 1 relic.
See?
Petards to his home or to Slam and GG.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either, but yeah, if monks would stream in, Slam would have very little to defend. He's going for a lot of stone now. What is this Tarkan strategy, or what is Slam going for? What?
Tarkan's OP, man.
Agree to disagree? No, I have no idea. Well, yeah, seems like he will build a defensive castle, and look at BacT's walls in his base. What? This game is so confusing to me.
Oh, what are those walls? What? Okay, that's really interesting.
Well,
I would have probably done it on right angles with the wall he's doing right now. That would make more sense, I guess.
He's just creating a second layer, and most likely Miguel will go for some conquistadors and will go for some patterns. And actually, yeah, it will be the perfect counter here, because he might get those walls up. If he isn't getting those walls up, he is in big trouble. Let's take a look. He's walling with roughly 6 villagers, and the right hand side is super exposed, trying to quick gate it. 300 HP.
Well, yeah, well, the other side is still open though, or not?
Ooh, villager coming. Scout is in! Scout is in! And he's blocking it! Okay, but still, he's getting the walls
he's still closing it up. Yeah. Oh man, that's still...
But the villager is getting in there, so 3 builds down. And now he is down to 200 HP there, and the rest is open. I think he will get in.
Yeah, it won't really take the conquistadors very long, I think, but BacT coming now up with the new stone walls behind. He is making his workspace really, really small.
why isn't he simply going for like 2 defensive towers would be better? Just going for 3 war wagons would be better. It's just, I'm not sure if that's the right reaction. And he's up to Imperial Age as well, so he wants to go for the trap war, but yeah, the castle of Miguel just so defensively here. He won't do much, and all those villagers are going down.
Yeah, that's very bad. He doesn't have any defensive towers or town centers, so he's now completely denied. And yeah, that's... Although he's still floating 800 food, so for now he's okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Miguel still in there trying to go for some raids. Eddie is now pushing. Slam is building a defensive castle though, as we saw before. It will not be for Titans, we were only trolling before. He will just need this as a defense. Will go for some mangonels as well and will just try to boom behind it. But yeah, BacT is just looking so slim here.
He is really far behind now. He's 30 villagers. Versus most are around 60 fills.
Kong's now going in, and they... Oh, nice quick block, and no, the second quick block isn't in time. And Conquistador still with a lot of HP, trying to focus down the war wagon without any upgrade. And Sun needs 3 Conquistadors, still with HP left. This is so bad for BacT.
Yeah, he's losing a lot here. I really wonder what he's gonna do versus this. In the meantime, Eddie is running into a castle now. Oh, actually, converting the siege workshop. Nice.
And got
but
the
it's
mangonel
a quite
as well.
decent castle.
Oh, BacT is so incredibly dead here. Oh boy. And now he's in Imperial Age, and Miguel will be... okay, and Miguel's ego is just so good. I have no idea how he will lose it.
What is... Oh, BacT is gonna get a tower or a keep there. If he can get it up though. No. Huh. Well, I wonder how that will end.
Eddie is so confident, was saying, yeah, Slam is open, you can come over, you can raid him. And look at that! Complete perfect stonewall here, and Eddie just he rewalled.
Yeah, although Eddie did convert the market, so he could just delete that. But I hope that Slam will just wall behind the market.
Yeah, he probably will. Master of quick
In the meantime,
stonewalls.
I mean, BacT does have that's so the tower, the trebuchet, more trebuchets. I'm still very pessimistic about the outlooks for BacT here. 30 fills still, so he didn't get any new villagers at all in the meantime.
I think he did build like 2 or something. I saw him down at 28 at one point. But yeah, it is tough. And now this tower offense, together with the traps, are actually quite nice. If he crawls his way forward, we might need to see Miguel doing the tech switch. And Slam is doing a great job against Eddie. But Eddie can easily go and re-kill BacT at the same time again. Slam trying to go outside and tell BacT that the double is coming in. And that's a lot of monks with 60 HP. Let's see if Slam is actually focusing on one of them to get some kills. I think he traded
I
like
think
2 monks against 1 scout there.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting to see how BacT takes this. Miguel's in trying to trying to defend with mangonels. So the only hard part here for BacT is to actually get the towers up, but those keeps, man, are of course very good. And mangonels don't do very well versus the Korean keeps.
Well, still
3-4 trebuchets, yeah.
7 range against 10 range there. It's only like 3 tiles each that BacT can crawl forward, so he needs to amass a lot of stone to get into the area where he can safely kill that castle here. And now we see the switch of Eddie to the other side, and he will go for Elite Eagle Warriors, a lot of monks, and just maybe in my dream house I have a scenario in my head where I can see Slam go for 12 stables and 6 recaf and just erase Eddie from the map here.
Well, I'll have to see about that. Slam up to Imperial though. But yeah, Eddie getting the pressure now on BacT, and that is not very nice for BacT at all.
He has no
Kind of getting
defense
double
setting.
teared. Oh, the Eagles now from Eddie. Gonna snipe all those trebuchets. Nothing much that BacT has to defend from that. Yeah, and they're calling the GG. Nothing he can do.
Oh man, that was a big problem I was talking about. Slam and BacT with those civilizations simply accepting the 2-1 deficit after 3 games. And I think that's a poor decision. But, well, what can you say? Now Eddie.
Yeah, although... Yeah, BacT was a little unlucky though, I feel. But yeah, also first Spanish, it's just really hard to defend.
I'm not sure. And yeah, let's take a quick look at the achievements and then we will jump into team random civilization. So all fair for the second time. The villager count is just so brutal here.
Yeah, BacT is not on the level of the other players, it seems, on Arena.
Well, it was Koreans after all, so war was pretty tough, and honestly, we can't judge that after 3 games with like weird civilization combinations. It is tough. I feel like he's obviously lacking experience, but he's still an amazing player.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he is still on top there. But even with Celts, he was struggling.
Okay, then hear you in 2-3 minutes when it says game number 4. 2 match points here for Miguel and Eddie. There is 17 and already studying in university. He should be pretty smart. Is he? I think he's still going to school. I think he's still going to school, yeah. How can I set up my age to have that background after and before the game starts, as well as a beautiful font? As a beautiful font you can download on Woobly Mod Center, and the background is just customized by Jeanette for the Twitch overlay, so I don't actually see that. So triggered. Yeah, but I had them before. And how could you come up with better flags? Like, seriously, oh, I shouldn't do that. How should we cut it? Like, I can't really cut it horizontally, slam+BacT, because that looked pretty bad. And I cannot cut Miguel and Eddie vertically, because then you never see the French flag. So maybe slam+BacT could be different. Do we want to try some? Let's do some live painting here. I will open that for you again. And, well, I will open the file first. And let me see, flag. Scoreboard. So that's all the flags I have. And now we go into Canada. Open with paint. Bop, 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 bop. And now what do we want to have? We want to have it, we probably want to have the top, right? So like this. Yeah. And now Vietnam. Bop, 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 bop. Looks so bad. Save as, how do I call the other one? Canadnam. Then I call this Vietnam. Yes. Okay. And let's take a look if that looks better. Oops. No, I don't want to close OBS. Oh, that was close one. Vietnam. That looks worse, right? Yeah. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. It has to stay on Canada. Yeah, you can actually see the flags. So sorry for that, but no other option. Yeah, Eddie again had some troubles here, but now they launched the game again. Look at what you guys have done. Ah. I still have something to drink here. 24-hour flag stream incoming. Yeah, I could call it today. Sheldon Cooper and to Nifred with boredom with flags. And we turn out everyone who can prove that they watched the whole 24 hours, I would knit an own hippo flag and ship it to them. I learned how to use paint like a pro from Nilly. Did you? I think the graph I did was with GIMP on the Escape Gaming channel. But yeah, paint is powerful. You can use paint. Underage boy cap of pride. Oh. Nearly smile. I'm super happy with how my smile improved. You guys all know I had pretty bad teeth, I would say, and put in bracer at Christmas and couldn't speak properly for several weeks and months. But now they turn out to be so much better. But I still have like 1 or 1.5 years to go. Grass smile. Yeah. Oh, Eddie drop again. Fun times. Bracer. Aren't they called bracers? I believe so. I know that bracer is the upgrade. Did I miss the ass or what? braces. Yeah. Let's do a half marathon. Bracelets. Well, I was close to win a WSMP bracelet once, or actually twice. So I could have had a bracelet as well, yeah. Two WSMP final tables. It's bad, man. One time. Okay, I launched again. No, it doesn't feel bad. Anyone has a video of Nidhi's poker bet beat? It's down in my FAQ. There you can see it again. And thanks for reminding me. Oh, guys. Back delay. Thank you for great casting. You're very welcome. But the game begins soon. Because you said it, they launched. They were waiting for someone to really push them into it. And now you did it. Heart attack? Why? "20 seconds. I will unmute myself and then I will be back with..."
Probably come back every now and then. All right.
Okay, then let's jump into the next game. It is 2 matches
Exactly.
here for Miguel and Eddie, and we will play an interesting team random war. We have Eddie here in the red trunks playing the Celts.
So, yes, and down at the other side we got in the green, Miguel's in playing with the Britons.
Indeed, and with Britons he's facing the other Britons player, the Taiwanese, or not, well, look, the Tyrant player from Vietnam, and it is slam+BacT.
Yes, and then again, really far away, or quite far away from his ally here, we got in the blue Tyrant Slam, playing with the Celts.
Okay, and let's take a look how the maps are looking. And Eddie was already complaining about his gold spot. 1 outside, 2 outside, and 1 very open. And that was Celt. He has 2 defensive stone spots, but yeah, you don't really want to go for a defensive castle if you are Celt here in Castle Age. And yeah, let's see how he will handle that situation.
Yeah, it's really hugging the walls. So yeah, we'll have to see. Other than that, he does have stone in the back, so that's good if he wants to go Bodhi's later on. Both his stone in the back. So it's, I don't know, it's not good, not great, but not that bad either, I would say.
Oh, Eddie's still asking, should we restart? And Miguel will say no. Indeed, yeah. If Miguel has a good map, he wants to play it through, and he has nice defensive stone, nice defensive main gold. Yeah, he has a very open area here, but still, it's enough of a good map to play it through, and he has 4 relics in front of his base, so I think he will try to play it through, and yeah, let's see. They will get so mad if we re-end bug again.
Yeah, indeed, Miguel's map is really great. Couldn't really wish for a much better map. Over at the other side, then BacT. His map is, well, not that great. With Britons, his stone is in the back, so both his stone in the back. So that's quite good. His gold is quite forward, so that's the only part here there that's not very great.
Okay, and we can see Miguel saying, just push, believe me. And he wants Eddie to go for an aggressive push against Slam, who has shown to have a pretty strong defense here. So not 100% sure if that's the best option to just go for a blind push and go full workshop with him. Seems like Miguel feels very confident to win the 1v1 arena boom war here against BacT.
I do wonder though how he wants the Cal player to push.
Okay, let's
because
see
it's not like
if they
well,
talk something during the pause. Sorry to interrupt you. Eddie says you go 4TC boom, and Miguel says no, I will go for 3TC and early push. So we will see Miguel 3TC early push. We will see Eddie with the siege workshop aggression. And what do you expect of Slam and BacT here?
well, BacT is I think he is gonna do the same. Just well, I think about the possibilities for Britons. I think it's quite easy to just get a defensive castle. You got the cheaper town centers, so you can get 1 or 2 extra town centers, and then just try to poke around a bit with the longbowmen. And Slam with the Celts. Yeah, you can. I guess he doesn't really have a reason to go push, so I guess just boom up, defend maybe with mangonels where needed, or defend however he feels is good.
The sound quality isn't too great on my end. Are you dropping any frames? Is anyone in your chat complaining, or is it just TeamSpeak?
It seems still sounded good to me. I'll maybe it's my computer screwing up. I had some computer issues yesterday.
Kia.
Yeah, I don't see it to drop any frames either, so I hope it's good.
No, it isn't. It's not horrible. We can still understand you, but it doesn't feel like so much better quality from before.
I'll be right back.
Okay, and yeah. Okay, so he will be back pretty soon. I'm not sure. I think I can't send him the password because it will show on his stream as well. So I will need to take a look on that and pull him in again. And yeah, I'm still curious what Slam... Oh, he said I will boom. And yeah, BacT... No go SC, he asked. Like...
Is it any better now?
Oh! Not any better, much better.
Oh, nice, good.
Yeah.
Restart worked, good. All right.
That's rare, but yeah, it's a good thing to start with. And Slam is going for the defense gold here, and you will probably go Expo or something. Eddie says.
Expo.
So he's expecting BacT to go for a crossbowman or longbowman.
Yeah, you don't really see crossbowmen all too often. So I guess crossbows are easier to get out, but that's really the only advantage you would have, right?
I'll take that much better back. Okay, shall we try Skype or shall we try Discord?
Do you have Discord?
I do.
Okay.
Are you on the Voobly channel or something?
I'll send you a link.
Okay, sweet. So guys, we are just quickly fixing the technical issues here. We are still in Dark Age, and well, actually I will take that back. 2 players in Feudal Age. So where did you send me that link? Over here. And yeah, then we will just try it over here, and I will leave TeamSpeak now, and then we'll see if that all works out. It should be better now. Yeah, click down all those adverts, and then I should get invited pretty soon. Oh, there he is.
Because if you no issue whatsoever for me, yeah, that's I'm monitoring my own signal, so that's how it should sound to you guys. Must be on my end. My sound is fine. Yeah, it might be TeamSpeak. I could have still reset its TeamSpeak. So I hope nearly.
I'm here.
Okay, so do you hear me?
I can hear.
Oh, now we got this. Oh. Maybe restarting TeamSpeak would have worked as well. I forgot that one. My initial thought was restarting Reaper.
Is that TeamSpeak?
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. You can't. No, I can't hear him either. That's why I'm asking. I guess it's Discord, and he will have to restart Discord, and that sometimes happens. Oh. Troubleshooting while live streaming, that's part of the game.
I would agree with him.
I don't know what caused it. I never, well, almost never had this issue before. Except for then, in that case, it was Reaper, but then it was always, for me, it sounded bad as well. No, it's not my browser because I'm using the app. Solocast. Yeah, okay, we'll continue with solocasting then. I'll mute myself and
Oh, I'm mute. That was so weird, guys. Back at the action here. Yeah, it's 70 minutes. A bit low. Oh, now it seems a bit high. That's very loud, right? No, that's okay. Okay, so we will see about that. So Eddie is pushing with Siege here, and one stable. He builds one extra TC, and that's it. And the other side we have Slam going for the defensive Siege workshop, 2 extra TCs, Mango defense. We have BacT, 3 TC boom with, I believe, some cross from indeed, but without any upgrades. And 3 TC boom for Miguel. So now we are all updated and so loud. Okay, I will put it down a bit. Sorry guys. Okay, that makes a bit better. Okay, minus 15% was tough because I was on 5 out of 100. So I could only do 20 and after that 25% steps. Okay, so now Eddie is still very aggressive. Slam trying to go for the defense. Let's take a look at villager count. We have Eddie the lowest, Miguel the highest. He's the only one who's going for full boom. What can BacT do at the moment? He's just defending the relics and being a bit on the map. Eddie though playing in 2 TC, so that's not completely all in. Let's see how it goes and give me some feedback if the sound is now okay. I don't want to break your ears. But it seems like no flood of complaining. We seem to be normal life. Slam is buying another 100 stone. So he will play it with the defensive castle. Has his main gold spot here on the front. So, oh, Magnal out now. Let's take a look. Micro 1 for none. And it will be 1, 2 for none. And 2 for 1. So, yeah. Eddie not very happy how that turned out. He has 3 Magnals and did lose 2. That was obviously super bad, and now Miguel is coming in. And BacT even says Eddie is going for knights. And how did he get in? Oh, there was a hole between that. But yeah, won't help much. And Eddie, I think he needs to add a 30C here. Yeah, and indeed he did. So that's all good. Defensive monastery here by Slam as well. Again, 1-for-1 trade. And Slam seems to be super safe. He is ahead by solid 10 villagers. BacT behind by 10 villagers on the other side. Now going for the relics here at the front. And BTC boom against BTC boom. It will all come down to Miguel, and let's see how he will play it. He is adding the buildings to click and PLH. He has reasonable resources as well, so that will be very low pop, roughly reaching and PLH with less than 90 villagers, I would say. And then he will put on all the aggression against BacT. At the moment, 0 military for Slam, 13 for BacT. Well, how is Miguel getting to? Oh, that's 1 Wong and still 1 scout here. And we had, let's see, Slam again getting a mangonel, getting a second mangonel, maybe, no. Eddie should run, indeed, and those scouts will kill the mangonel. But still, buying some time for Slam. Now his castle is up. It's all good for him. The only problem is he only has 3.2k gold here in the back. And yeah, remember upgrading to Castle Age costs 1k, so not or to Castle Age and Imperial Age, so not a lot of gold left to go into a lot of Vote Riders, for example. Crosswind and now shutting down what Miguel was trying to accomplish here, and we can see triple archery range. Okay, I was a small second confused that he was scouts. No, that will be the crossbowman tag, arbalist tag, so nothing too surprising for me after I made up my mind. And BacT's saying, oh my god, need help if him attack me. And Slam says, yo, no problem. And yeah, indeed, BacT very open here at the side. Only has some crossbowmen out. Maybe he could have microed a bit against mangonels. 7 against 7 range. Could have went for the 8 range here, and then he could have pulled. But yeah, Vote Riders will do so well here. Instantly intercepting. And look at that. Nice ground attack, but still a lot of HP on them. Or actually, when I say a lot of HP, I mean basically none left. Look at that. The mangonels, 1 will go down for sure. But those Vote Riders down as well, and that was such a good trade for Eddie in this situation. What a beautiful ground attack shot here. Now some minimal rating of Miguel, but yeah, that will be so deadly how Miguel will push it. Now going for Botkin arrow, and BacT clicked up to Imperial Age, but he will be slower roughly a minute and 40 seconds, and he will be behind by half a dozen of villagers. And yeah, military really interesting. Nice ground attack by a T as well. And yeah, the aggression of Miguel will be stopped for now. And it feels a bit like we will have Miguel being ahead against BacT and Slam being ahead against Eddie. And then it depends on who's more ahead, who can push better. And Celts against Britons, you normally would see the Britons getting into some trouble. But we did see the Viper against... Whoa, that should never happen. He had 4 of those expos close to the mangonel and still lost 3. We did see the Viper against MBL, the finals of, or I believe, place number 3 game for Masters of Arena 3. And yeah, that looked pretty unfortunate for the Celts MBL there. So you can out micro if you babysit your longbowman and arbalest at all times. But at the moment it feels like Miguel might not even push against BacT too easily. At the moment he has the range advantage and is playing it out. Look at that, 8 range against 10 range, is running back and is doing a great job. But still, fighting against mangonels is tough. But now he's getting the kills in, and BacT needs to run. Ram now coming out as well, and it indeed will be the push by Miguel, doing some nice pike patrol here, and that's a lot of crossbowmen going back down, and BacT should absolutely go back home. Slam on the way to Imperial Age. We have Eddie still not with the greatest eco, will be going for World Race as well, is even adding another siege workshop, and then will be tough. Another CC is what I wanted to say, and Siege Workshop here added by Slam, and he will try to go for some defensive onages, which will be quite interesting how Miguel will handle this. Slam at the same time is going for defensive armor for his infantry, so we will indeed see some Woad Riders. And we did see the game number 1 Mayans and Celts, and the Plumed Archers didn't perform too well against the Woad Riders, or at least that's what I would have thought. We've never really seen a big engagement coming up, so yeah, let's see it this time maybe. And yeah, no, aggressive castle here of Miguel. He knows he needs to put under pressure at the front here of BacT, who's trying to set himself up onto mass Arbalest as well. And yeah, it will be super interesting. I'm not 100% sure if I like that positioning of the Siege Workshop. I think like over here would have been a bit better, but maybe he just wants to be safe and didn't want to get them trapped. But check out, pretty even. At the moment we have the Tyrants being ahead by 9 villagers, but that's still pretty, yeah, close. The big problem is Eddie's Imperial Age timing. 2.5 minutes later, not getting the converts in here at the front. Look at that, and Monk not even trying to convert here. And yeah, then will be tough. Miguel trying to go in for some raiding, but intense crossfire here. And now we can see BacT coming in. He is lacking some defensive upgrades, that's for both of them. Chemistry lacking for BacT as well. And now Miguel needs to pull back, and at the moment Miguel not as far ahead in military like he would want to be. And trying to out-micro some more. He's going for the archery ranges, that's pretty good for him, but losing way too many arbalists here at the front. This is looking like a pretty successful hold at the moment for BacT. It feels like I have to give the advantage to BacT and Slam. And now the Onagers even coming in with only 6 HP at the moment though. We have BacT now going for the defensive castle. And yeah, the push of Miguel will be pretty much stopped, but I'm not sure how he will... Yeah, if he will have any troubles like taking any big shots. Whereas most of his army at the moment he's trying to defend Eddie, that he is getting onto a big army. He is getting 1 castle up and is still going on stone. Second castle will be coming up here any second, indeed. And this is looking good for BacT at the moment. Pretty nice hold. It feels a bit like a 2-2, I would say, at the moment, but that's still very, very early on because Miguel still highest military, highest villager count, overall highest pop, therefore guaranteed, and still attacking over here on the right hand side, clearing up some Woad Riders, being very aggressive on the left hand side. So Miguel still in pretty much control, and Eddie can boom up, and if he has a free boom he can do a lot of damage. Let's take a look. Woad Riders could go for some attack here if they want to engage or not. They would be slightly outnumbered, and Miguel is going back a bit. BacT at the same time going for the big micro, and that had to be such a better kill sets. Indeed, BacT with 7 more kills, and that including a lot of the expos early on over here. So yeah, his Imperial Age micro is so much better at the moment for Miguel, but remember he needs to fight on 2 sides, or at least was microing on 2 sides for quite some time. We have Sam now going for 1 more Woad Riders. So is Eddie building the 3rd castle. And now the sling to Eddie starts as well. Because Miguel knows this will be so tough. If we don't have a strong Celt player to really go aggressively here in the very long game. He's trying to push him with more ramps, but the Onagers beautifully positioned very far back here, are taking a lot of damage. That's the skirmishes here at the front, but Onagers are killing the ramps here quite easily, and Miguel needs to retreat. And now the Woad Riders are coming in, and Miguel will not be happy. We will see a message coming in for sure, like, what are you going for? Why is your guy here? And I lost everything messages. But for now, he's just playing it out. And Miguel just says traps. Oh yeah, focus the trap. It seems like indeed Miguel has a beautiful positioning over here, and he has cartography. And now the skirm super exposed, and maybe Eddie can do some damage. Is getting the 2nd trap, is surrounding the 3rd one, so that's running pretty well for them. And now getting the raids in over here. Eddie absolutely with his great eco. And now 3 castles up, is going for everything, and that's a deadly, deadly raid. And it will be so tough for BacT to really get an army out. Oh, nice on-hitter shot. To get a good army out to clear up those Vault Riders. Because you need to send at least, I would say 10 Arbalists to clear this up. You cannot really send like 2 Arbalists or 2 Skirmishers in the back. You need to send, yeah, a reasonable flock. Oh, on-hitter shot over here. And Eddie is super happy with how the raid is going here. BacT now pop 140, everyone else in the 150s. And more aggression over here. And it feels like Miguel and Eddie suddenly in complete control. How did we get into that situation? It's still BacT not getting onto enough army here because Slam is sending a lot over. He is going for all the upgrades. Eddie one upgrade ahead when it comes to the attack upgrades. And BacT still without 2 gold spots maybe. Is BacT completely out of gold? Oh, we missed that. BacT is completely out of gold. He only has 1 relic, I believe. Indeed he has 2. But he doesn't have any gold. That's 1 gold spot. That's 1 gold spot. His main gold spot already ran dry. And this one is getting raided by Eddie. What a beautiful move. BacT is stuck on skirmish attack here. Oh, good go attack upgrade, indeed, yeah. He's coaching Eddie a bit, and indeed Eddie is clicking it now. Beautiful cap ramps here in the front, but getting sliced down by the Vault Riders. But so very annoying, and BacT cannot really do anything. He should start to ask for gold. He should start to go for this spot. Now it's being cleared up by Slam, who's still missing the +4 as well, but now going for it. Let's see. Maybe another big on-hitter shot, but micro down and oi, 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 oi. That's a solid 15 Arbalists down, and that might buy BacT some time. Look at that. Suddenly BacT is ahead in pop, or now very close, and that was a lot of steam lost here by Miguel, because now he cannot really take the big engagement. Let's take a look. Maybe he gets some damage done here. No, he's retreating this time a bit better. And now, instantly we see BacT sending out all his villagers. We'll build a castle here, I would assume. Maybe indeed, and should secure those 2 gold spots. What a beautiful timing, and that's all because of the big on-hitter shot. Let's take a look. Maybe another one. He's trying to get 1 shot, but nice movement here. And now we have Eddie pushing in. 1 cast of Slam going down, second one in danger. Let's take a look. On-hitter shots against the trap. Might not reach though. 2 shots. Not enough. But now we have the double of Eddie on this side again, and BacT might lose everything, and if he's going down with all his Arbalists, it's not getting that gold here at the front. It's looking so good for Miguel and Eddie again. How is it going back and forth here? Slam now coming over. He is desperately needed. BacT trying to get that castle up. It is denied for now, but more villagers being sent, but more ramps at the front as well. And suddenly again, BacT is dropping down to 130 army. He needed more support of Slam. Slam was fighting at the middle here though. What a nice spread of Eddie, and that's because they have all the map control. They can just toy with the tyrants here. But still denying that castle. BacT, how much HP or how many percent are you having this castle? 96%, but dropping down so much in HP. Slam now pushing back though. Can they maybe do some wonders here with skirmishers and some Vault Riders? Because Eddie now lost all his Vault Riders on that front. Arbalists now from behind. BacT is winning this fight cost efficiently if you only count gold, but is that what matters? I think not entirely. This castle will go down. No cancel. I believe indeed BacT is stuck at 64 wood, 64 stone, but would not have mattered too much anyways. And BacT losing more and more skirmishers, needs to fall back with his Arbalists again. Let's take a look. Is he taking this gold spot here? Only a bit. Some more ratings of Eddie being so super annoying. Another mining camp being built here. He needs to get some defense up. He is only having 1 castle though. And yeah, now selling more and more stone and food is Slam. The prices, let's check them. Not too great. Wood at the bottom, food at 17, stone at 90, and this is just a strong push by Eddie. Slam holding on the sill miraculously. He actually bought stone to keep on continuing to repair. He has 1 stone here at the front, but now he should be out of stone. Look at that. Full surround by villagers, but this castle will go down. And we see Miguel very, very well in his push here, outranging all the units of BacT here, since he cannot really go for more Arbalest. And this push is very strong by Eddie. And Slam now down to 2 castles, looking better and better for our kind of favorites here from France and Brazil. More gold being axed, and Miguel is... Oh, Eddie is so happy for his teammate. And BacT... Oh no, that was BacT axes. And he just said, damn. And yeah, he should focus on that, and Slam needs to defend, but he's losing that gold. He did never get that stone. They have 2 relics. 1 relic is still pretty neutral over here. Not taken. Arbalest doing great job. The ram in the front taking so much damage. And this Arbalest flock. Look at that 50 military. No, 55 military here by Miguel. Now retreating. Onager shot could be coming in for Eddie. He's losing a bit at the front though. Slam playing a beautiful game. Is now getting back onto stone. Should be getting onto his gold as well indeed. But now running dry on that one. They are starting the trade. Not yet. Eddie is now trying to tell Miguel to go for it. Not sure if he built any markets yet though. Eddie is asking for some wood. And yeah, shall receive, I believe. Yeah, it looks like Miguel has a reasonable amount of villages on wood. Nicely replaced slam+BacT as well. He's super well set up here on gold as well. And Eddie's now going for capped rams, so we might see some more of that. Slam is going for more world riders. He still has a nice amount of army. Look at that, overall army amount is pretty similar. Both close to 110 if you count the teams only. But now this ram push is just so good. But Onagers coming out at the perfect timing, and BacT will be happy about that support for sure. 1 Oni going down though, and yeah, that was a very much needed defense here. And yeah, Miguel says we need a trap, and Eddie's still in desperate need of more resources here. And BacT needs 200 stone, he says, to get up in Newcastle. And still we have Miguel. He needed some Onager support as well, I would say, because those skirmishes would be so vulnerable. BacT only at 97 villagers at the moment. All those rams going down, and Miguel said, I'll switch sides. And I think that makes a lot of sense. BacT is very slow as well. And yeah, what is Eddie? Oh yeah, Eddie is going against skirmishers. That makes total sense. That would be super effective indeed. Eddie's now continuing to set up the trade. We have the markets here, still not so nice. And yeah, that's a beautiful move. And let's take a look. We have 73 military by BacT. He needs to be super clumped up here. Position is pretty great. And Onager's raining down as well. Maybe a ground attack over here. Indeed, that's a perfect fight for Slam so far. Nice Arbalest amount here in the middle. And that one better for BacT than he would have thought. Or at least better than I would have thought for sure. Yeah, we have Slam losing all his Onagers, and that's bad in the long run, but still. And Slam was out of position this whole time, but is now coming in. Let's take a look. Arbalest, yeah, still in huge amounts here. Look at that, 80 military. That will be so tough. No rams. BacT is trying to repair and hold on this castle. Let's take a look. 700 stone. He has quite a lot, but not enough. Not repairing against 2 castles, and that's a big set down for BacT. He's now pushing in, trying to kill all the Arbalest. They don't even need to focus on the traps now. I think they need to focus on the Arbalest here. And Miguel is saying fast. He needs a lot of help, and Eddie, yeah, should come over. The skirms are now shredding down against the Arbalest. BacT still not able to go for Arbalest on his own. Those 2 gold spots at the front, and they're not going for the trade. It looks so desperate for them. And remember, guys, it's 2-1. So if they go down and lose this game, and Slam is even saying GG, Miguel and Eddie are taking it. 3-1 most likely here. BacT is again trying to set up this castle, but it is so exposed. He needs to get up those walls in the front as well. Maybe the Arbalest might even delay this or deny this castle here. No support for those villagers. All the skirmishes are falling back, and they are getting shredded down by all those World Riders. BacT is typing the GG as well. Slam agreeing. And what a convincing performance. Miguel and Eddie going into the winner bracket finals, guaranteeing themselves the 3rd place for sure. Ay. What a convincing performance, Eddie and Miguel. I did say they would go and win 3-1, so very happy with my prediction there. And yeah, the main thing really was the great push by Miguel, the aggressive gold spots, and I'm not 100% sure what the strategy choice of BacT was there, going for one archery range crossbows that, yeah, did just slow him down. Then he lost too much early on, and yeah, then the golds were so bad. Maybe Sling of Slam would have been needed, and maybe some switch of sides, and now we have Slam and BacT in the loser brackets. That will be super interesting. Great profit even for Eddie out. You can see the timeline, not very big here for BacT. Always had army. You can see absolute complete boom here for Miguel, and that went super strong and convincing. Okay, then let's take a look at the brackets, I would say, and they are over here. So now we have loser of game 8. So we have BacT and Miguel dropping from here down there. So they will play the loser of the winner of Pedro, Skittle, LB10, Mango Skull. I think that might be the NC guys. So we will have NC against BacT and Slam in the next loser bracket semis. We will have ACM and Cool still there. And now we have Eddie and Miguel in the winner bracket finals. And they will face the winner of Harley against Jon Snow and Loiser, which will be casted on this very channel tomorrow at 16 GMT, so roughly